Live. I go straight to Facebook? Straight to Facebook.
No, yeah, we can go to Facebook, just click on the icon. That's it.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is the Isupkbmore coming out of Baltimore, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started off on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are under Commanding General Yohana. If it is not under the Commanding General Yohana, it is not the truth. You understand? We've been bringing this truth out since 1969, that the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the true children of the Most High. You understand? That the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Now, in Hebrew, the devil means the deceiver. We all know who the deceiver is across the face of this earth, you understand? But the Isupkbmore, we the only ones been bringing this out since 1969. And why is that important? It's important because in order for us to regain our position into in this earth, in order for us to be what the Most High has pretty much chosen us to be, there's certain things that we got to do, and there's certain things that we have to understand and recognize in order for us to fight this war that we're fighting. You understand? You know, we are the children of the Bible. We are the true Jews. We are the Israelites that's spoken about through and through in this Bible. But the thing is, we've lost our place because we've stopped keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. And we've got to get back to doing what the Most High has commanded us to do. And once we do that, once we return back to Him, you understand, He'll return us back to our prominence. He'll return us back to the rightful place that we should have in this earth, which is on top of all these other nations. You understand? This night, the Biblical Law Class is a very important class because a lot of times, you know, we hear we got to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, but you got to understand what they are, what they mean. How does it apply to you in your day-to-day life? You know, who does these laws, statutes, and commandments apply to? Is it for everybody in the earth? You know, is it for everybody to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments? Was God talking to everybody in the Bible? You understand? That's why this class is so important, because it break down and give you an understanding of who exactly the Most High is talking to in these scriptures. And tonight, we're going into Esau. You understand? This is our oppressor. We're going to get into his origin, you know, where he come from. We're going to get into his nature, the things that he does naturally, you understand, according to these scriptures. And we're going to understand why there's always been turmoil between us two, between Esau and Jacob being Israel. You understand? We're gonna understand why this has been the way it's been.
Esau being the white man.
Esau being the white man on the earth, our oppressor. Jacob being us. You know, if you're on this sign, if you're from one of these families, you understand, you are from Jacob's lineage. You are Israel. You understand? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indian. You know, so we're going to get into Esau, the oppressor, and we're going to find out more about him, because a lot of people always ask us, well, why you always talking about the white man? Why you always talking about him? Let's talk about us. But the one thing we got to understand, that the root of all of our problems lies with our oppressor. You understand? If you look at everything that we do in our communities, all the wickedness, all the sin, Everything that we do wrong, our roots go right back to our oppressor. Because we started following him, we started doing the things that he did. You understand? We started desiring to be with him and serving him instead of serving the Most High. And this is why we're dying and suffering in the streets today.
Right.
You understand? If I could, we're gonna start off in Genesis 25. Genesis 25 is a heavy chapter because it kind of gives you the breakdown.
What?
Genesis 25 and 22. It gives you the breakdown and the characteristics of Esau, who we know as the so-called white man. You understand? The oppressor, the colonizer. We're gonna get that in we're gonna start off in Genesis 25 and 22, Brother Bishop.
Genesis 25 and 22. And the children struggled together within her.
And the children struggled together within her. Now, just a little backdrop on this story. Sarah was an elderly woman at this time. You understand? And she went to the Lord, and she beseeched the Lord because she didn't have kids. You understand? He told her that you're going to have twins. The Lord gave her a prophecy. Well, we're gonna get in the story. Keep going, Brother Kishore.
And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord.
Here it is. It's a starting off, and the children struggle together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? Like, if they're gonna struggle with me, why is it like this? Like, what's going on here? Why are they struggling inside of me? You understand? So instead of her going off and thinking that she was a prophet and she could do all these things and all this nonsense, what she did was she went and she inquired of the Lord. How does a woman go and inquire of the Lord? But that's the question we got to ask, and this is a very important question because all throughout the scriptures, women were told to be silent in the church. Women were not supposed to exert authority over any man, you understand? So it says she went to inquire of the Lord. Let's break this down and understand what this means. Because you have sisters who say, they've had dreams and they think it's prophetic. They think they've seen things and, all this. They think certain things come to them. Not saying it don't. But at the end of the day, the most important part is she went to inquire of the Lord, meaning she went to a priest. She went to a priest and prophet. You understand? In today's time, what that means is if you dream something or you have a epiphany or something like that, you bring it to the men of the Isupkbmore. You understand? You bring it to the men of the Isupkbmore and let the men of the Isupkbmore tell you exactly what this means. This is what she did. She went to the men. She went to inquire of the Lord, meaning she went to the priests and prophets of the Lord. You understand? And got her questions answered. Keep going up, Bishop.
23. Genesis 25 and 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from the bough.
Listen, this is a very, very, very heavy point right here. You understand? She's pregnant with twins. Right now, she's pregnant with twins. And it said 2 nations are in thy womb. This is so heavy because you're pregnant with twins. That means you have the same mother and the same father. How can you be 2 nations? You understand? How can you be 2 nations if you have the same mother and father? Right here, the Lord is separating. The Lord is separating these 2 kids in her womb as we speak. You understand? And it say 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. Meaning, these 2 people, they're going to be completely different. You understand? Like, they're going to be completely different to the point where as though, like, typically, like, when you have twins or you have brothers and sisters, they have some of the same characteristics, so to speak. You understand? These two brothers, they are 2 manner people. They're going to do things different. They're going to look at things different. They got different vibes. They got different spirits in them. You understand? Like, this is the Lord making a separation between these 2 twins that are in her belly. You understand? Keep going, Baba Kasha.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people. That means that one brother is going to be stronger than the other brother. But here it says two people. One people shall be stronger than the other people. The Lord has separated them already. They're no longer the same people.
Right.
Though they came out the same womb at the same time, you understand? The Lord separated them and separated their people. And this is very important for us to understand, because you hear the argument, well, we all come from God. You know, we all brothers and we got the same blood and this, that, and the third. This is the rhetoric, and this is the false doctrine that's taught. You understand? But here, clearly in Scripture, we're seeing what the Lord has separated. The Lord has separated these two brothers from the womb. Keep going, Baba Kasha.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
And the elder shall serve the younger. Now, it was a custom back in those days, like the inheritance of the father would go to the oldest son. Like the firstborn son would receive his father's inheritance when the father passed on. You understand? But here it's saying that the elder shall serve the younger, meaning that the elder is going to have authority over the older brother. You understand?
The younger will have authority over him.
Yeah, the youngest brother is going to have authority over the oldest brother. I said the elder, Salami. Yeah, the youngest brother is going to have authority over the older brother. This was something that was not common. But here it is. This is a prophecy from the Lord. You understand? So as it stands, we got 2 points. Well, we got a couple points. They're going to be separated. 2 manner of people are going to come out of her womb. You see what I'm saying? They are 2 separate nations. One is going to be stronger than the other, and the older brother shall serve the younger brother. So these are all the points that's being made right here. All right, let's keep going. Baba Kasha.
Genesis 25 and 24. And when her day to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
So she, when she was about to bear, give birth to these babies, there were twins in her womb. Keep going.
25. And the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment.
And the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment. You understand? Like, first of all, you came out red. Mind you, you got black parents. You come out red and you come out hairy. That's why we say the so-called white man. You understand? Because he's not white. That's what he called himself.
Right.
You understand? He's actually red. He's very hairy. Like, it was a great point made. Like, without the Gillette razor, you understand that if Esau, our oppressor, if he don't shave every week, he's gonna just look like those prehistoric cavemen. You understand? That's gonna be his natural state. Hair all over his face, hair all over his body, just disgusting. You understand? She probably felt like she birthed a puppy or something, Like, but this is what he came out. And mind you, this was the first one. Remember, the previous prophecy was that the older was going to serve the younger. So he was the first one to come out. So he's the older brother. Keep going, Bob Kasha.
And they called his name Esau.
And they called his name Esau. I got a question. I got a Hebrew question. What does Esau mean in the Hebrew? Anybody?
Wasted away.
Wasting away. I mean, like, you gotta think. You got nothing but all the kids being born, they had pigmentation, they had color, they had melanin. You understand? Then you have this red baby come out, all red and hairy. You understand? His name was called Esau because it's like, man, he's wasting away. You see what I'm saying? His color is leaving him. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is why his name was called Esau, because of his appearance.
Right.
It looked like he was actually like leprous. Damn near, you understand? Keep going, Bubba Kashan.
26. And after that came his brother out.
And after that came his brother out. So now the first son has been born. Harry and Red. You understand? Now this is the second brother. Now the prophecy states what? The prophecy states that the older shall serve the younger. Keep going, Bob Bishop.
And his hand took hold on Esau's heel.
And his hand took hold on Esau's heel. So, mind you, they was battling in the womb. They were warring and fighting in the womb already. So when Esau was coming out, this red hairy baby, the second baby, who we're going to find out was Jacob, he grabbed him by his heel when he was coming out. You understand? Like he grabbed him by his heel, and this is how they've always battled since the womb. Keep going.
And his name was called Jacob.
And his name was called Jacob.
And Isaac was 70 years old when he bare them.
And Isaac
he bore them, bare them.
And Isaac was 70 years old when he bare them. Keep going.
But she bare them.
So like it real quick. Anybody know a precept to verse 26? When he took his hit, when Jacob took hold of Esau's heel. A precept to that is if you go to the Apocrypha in 2nd Esdras chapter 6 and verse 9. You understand? We'll read, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. You understand? This is the precept to this. You know, because right now, if you look at it, Esau, the oppressor, he's running this world right now. You understand? He's running the earth as we speak. If you go to South Africa, anywhere in Africa, if you go to Asia, if you go to South America, North America, Central America, everywhere you go in this earth, he's ruling the earth. You understand?
The Bible is actually speaking of a prophecy that hasn't been fulfilled yet.
Come. This is very prophetic right here. And this is how you know this Bible is so accurate. You understand? A lot of people want to discredit this Bible, but this Bible is so accurate. We're seeing it right now.
Right.
But guess what? When his kingdom falls, whose kingdom is going to raise or is going to rise? Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel. The same position that Esau holds in this world, will have that position and will rule in righteousness. You understand? That because that's who we are. We are a righteous people. Right now, the scriptures say that earth was given into the hand of the wicked. When the wicked is in rule, the earth mourns. When the righteous is in rule, the earth rejoices. Right now, there's no rejoicing in nowhere in this earth. You understand?
Right.
It's nothing but wickedness everywhere you go. It's nothing but pain, death, murder, mayhem. You understand? This is a product of Esau. This is a product of our oppressor. You understand? So when his kingdom fall and he no longer has the reign, like grip on this earth, that's when our kingdom will rise. But the thing is, we got to be ready. We got to be ready to take this kingdom. We got to be ready to receive this kingdom.
Right.
You understand? Like we're not going to receive this kingdom by doing what he do. The only way we gonna get this kingdom is by coming back and keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments that the Most High has told us to do. You understand? That's why it's so important that we obey the words of the Most High. Because he is our power. That's why we call him the Most High. There is none higher than him. We got to return back to him so that therefore when the time comes, he can put us back in our rightful place. You understand? And he will. We just got to make sure that we're going to be on that side that he's rewarding. You understand? Yeah. Keep going, Bob, verse 27.
27. As the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter.
Listen, and the boys grew. So Jacob and Esau, they growing up brothers. And they say Esau was a cunning hunter. He was a cunning hunter. Now, if you had to take a wild guess, just out like a random guess out the blue, and you heard the word a cunning hunter, what does that bring to mind? We're hunting. You understand? Like that's how they get off. You understand? They like setting traps. They like making noises like animals. That's what cunning means. Very deceitful. You understand? That's how they hunt. Like Duck Dynasty, they got the whistles that when they do the whistle, it sounds like a duck call, brings the ducks to them. That's cunning. Goodbye.
They even go so hard as putting animal urine on themselves to draw the animals in.
They put animal feces and piss on them, so they can get the pheromones out of it, and it attract different animals to come to them. That's what you call a cunning hunter. Right. Keep going.
And a man of the field.
A man of the field. He loved to be in the woods. Love to be in the woods, rolling around in dirt and grass and stuff like that, climbing trees. That's how you get off, That's the spirit of Esau. You understand? He loves being in the wild, in the field, and hunting and doing those type of things. It still lives in him today.
Right.
If you don't agree with nothing that I said, you can agree that Esau, our oppressor, he loves that field.
Love to hunt.
He loves to hunt. You understand?
Out of anybody in the world.
And he hunts anybody in the world.
But out of anybody in the world, he is the one always hunting.
Yeah,
Chinese don't hunt more than him. Africans don't hunt.
Listen, he hunts unnecessarily. You understand? There's one thing to hunt for food and survival. He hunts as a pastime. It's like a pleasure. He call it a sport.
He hunts so much that he make animals go extinct.
Come, and he's the only person. He's the only person that can make an animal go extinct and didn't make money off of trying to get him back. You understand? Right. He'll call he'll call an animal endangered when he done killed all of them but two. And then he'll have commercials on TV and you paying money, to save these animals after he done killed them.
He done slaughtered them.
Listen, ask Cecil the lion who the murderer of the earth is. The buffaloes, you understand? They used to say the buffaloes used to run wild, run free. You understand? When our brothers, the North American Indians over here, they were running free. Right. There was no issue with them. You understand? Yeah, we slaughtered them, but we slaughtered them for food. We slaughtered them for clothing. We actually used and ate the animal. You understand? We don't just slaughter just to kill something. You get off by killing something that's doing absolutely nothing to you. Then they wipe the blood all on their face, That's how they get off. This is the same spirit of Esau in the Bible, and it proliferates in them still to this day. Keep going, Bishop.
And Jacob was a plain man. Dwelling in tents.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. The one thing that we like to do, like, if I say, hey, Gabar, what's up, man? What you doing? You know what Gabar will tell me 9 times out of 10?
Chilling.
I'm chilling.
Brother, man, they got movies of niggas chilling.
You got movies, bro, man. What's up, bro, man? Chilling.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what we do.
Right.
We chill, you understand? As soon as the weather get nice, you ride to any hood. You got 50 dudes on the porch. Chilling. Ain't nobody doing nothing. We just chilling, like, we like staying close to the house, and we go out and hit the club from time to time. But man, we like relaxing, chilling, kicking back. You understand? This is the spirit that was in us. This is the spirit of our forefather.
That's funny stuff, man.
Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. I mean, he in his tent playing PS4 or something, and his brother out there putting blood on his face. You understand? This is the same spirit, the same spirit in Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans now is the spirit that our forefather Jacob had. You understand? The same spirit that our oppressor, the so-called white man, has is the same spirit that Esau had. You understand? Wanting to hunt, wanting to be in the field and killing. You know, this is who he is. Keep going.
28. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison.
See, and Isaac loved Esau because, you know, as a father, you got a son out there hunting, he bringing food home and stuff like that. You know, any man gonna love that son. You understand? Any man is gonna love that son that's going out there and bringing. He probably got the best ends of the cow. You understand? He bringing the best parts of the deer home. You know, so Isaac loved him. But nevertheless, the prophecy still stands true that the older Esau, in this case, will serve the younger, who is Jacob. Keep going.
But Rebekah loved Jacob.
But Rebekah loved Jacob, you understand? Like Rebekah was that sister, like she already felt some kind of way when she seen the red hairy thing come out of her body, you understand? And then when she seen Jacob, like she just had that natural, you know, she already understood the prophecy that she was given. So she already knew what was up. So Jacob, she kept close to him. She knew that one day it was going to be a situation to take place in which the younger will get that birthright. She understood this because the Lord came to her and told her. You understand? She loved Jacob. That's why they call, you know, they say you a mama's boy, you feel me? They say you mama's boys and stuff like that, you know, but the thing is, we respect, like, we're respectful people. We respect our mothers when we in our right state. You understand? When we in our right state, we love and we respect our mothers. You understand? Esau has no respect for no one. He don't respect his mother, he don't respect his father. That's why when he gets mad, he shoots everything up, including himself. You understand? Keep going.
29. And Jacob saw porridge, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint.
All right, so Jacob, he up there, he got some soup, man, you know. He up in the kitchen chilling, you know. Say, I'm gonna go fix me something to eat real quick. He goes up there, he got his meat in his pot. You know, he starts cooking. Esau been playing in the field all day, come in with blood on his face and all that nonsense, you know, come from the field. And he was tired, he was wore out. You understand? Keep going, Bubba Sean.
30. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage.
And Esau said to Jacob, like, I could just imagine how this was going. He's so dramatic, you know. Feed me, brother. Feed me. You know, I pray thee, feed me, you know. Being such a coward and weak man, you understand? With the same red pottage. What's this red pottage? Like Jacob up there cooking his soup. What's the red pottage? Why is the pottage red? It's red because it wasn't done yet. So the meat is still raw in the pot. You understand? The blood is still in the pot. It's raw meat that he's cooking. He's not done cooking it yet. He said, feed me with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Keep going, Bubba Kashan.
For I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom.
Therefore was his name called Edom. He loved that bloody meat. You understand? You go to a restaurant and you order a steak. You say, I want my steak well done. You see what I'm saying?
Medium well. I like mine medium.
Listen, or you can say medium well, but the one thing you're gonna follow up, I don't want to see no blood.
Right.
No blood. That's how we get down.
Right.
You serve a medium well or a well done steak to Esau, he'll spit in your face.
You burned it.
Yeah, you burnt that. You done took the texture out of it, the flavor.
blood.
He needs to feel the blood in his mouth. You understand? He loves eating it. Like you cook you cook a raw steak for 10 minutes. That's all he needs. The bloodier, the better. Listen, this is the Bible speaking this.
It's not even 10 minutes, is it?
Yeah, not even 10 minutes.
3 minutes.
You just let it, you flash fry it
Yeah.
and bring it out. You understand? He's ready to eat.
That's it.
You understand? Like this is the same thing that he does to this day. Esau was doing it way back then, eating meat with the blood in it. That is a sin to us. We do not eat meat with blood in it. You understand? But Esau, the so-called white man, that's a delicacy to him. That's how he like his burgers. That's how he like his meat. Bloody. Keep going.
31. And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthrights.
And Jacob said, here we go. Sell me this day thy birthright. You hungry? You want this bloody meat? Sell me your birthright. You understand? He in there whining like a coward, you know. I'm so hungry, you know. Are you praying that he feed me, you know? Man, sell me your birthright. That's what you can do. Sell me your birthright. You understand? Keep going.
Because once again, they've always battled and didn't like each other.
They always battle from the womb. Like from the womb, they were battling, and they still battling right now.
So ain't nothing free.
Nothing's free.
Right.
Cause nothing's free.
32.
I'm not giving you no free suit.
Right.
You understand? Not only am I not giving you free suit, Jacob knows the prophecy as well.
Right.
You know, he chilling in there, he chilling around there with his mother. You know she told him he gonna serve you one day. You understand? She loved him. You know, listen, you my baby, right? He gonna serve you one day.
She knew the prophecy. Yeah.
She knew the prophecy. He chilling at home while Esau in the field. You know they talk. You understand?
And Jacob said, oh yeah, got him.
You know, but here it is. Here we go. And Jacob said, sell me this day, thy birthright. Keep going.
32. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die.
It's so dramatic.
Right.
You understand? Like everything, like he can't go through nothing. You understand? Like if he went through what we went through as a people, he'd be jumping off the roof. He'd be jumping off the closest bridge. You understand? He can't face no kind of turmoil. He can't face no adversity. You understand? He'll kill himself before he go through what we go through.
This is why it was called the weaker brother.
This is why he's called the weak. That's a great point. That's why he's called the weaker brother. You understand? He can't endure nothing. He's about to die. You know, and I can see him. He's just so dramatic. I'm about to die, mate. You know. Keep going, Brother Show.
And what profit shall this birthright do to me?
And this is his vain nature right now. You understand? Keep this in mind what he's saying right now. Keep this in mind because it's going to show you even heavier the spirit of this oppressor. They say, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? He pretty much saying like this birthright don't mean nothing to me.
I ain't mad up.
God, like this don't mean nothing to me. You serious?
I ain't gonna be doing.
Man, what is a birthright? What is a birthright to me when I'm hungry? You understand? He's so vain, he and profane, he cares nothing about his father. He cares nothing about his father's lineage. You understand? He don't care about none of that. At the end of the day, he'll sell it all for an uncooked bowl of soup.
Right.
You understand? Keep going, Brother Shaw.
33. And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he swore to him. And he sold his birthright unto Jacob.
And here we go. And Jacob said, swear to him. Swear to me this day. You know, because Jacob already knew his spirit. He'll say one thing and then he'll do another. You know, he'll make a treaty and then he'll break it.
Right.
He'll make a law and then he'll break it. You understand? But here's the thing. You're not going to break this treaty because you're making it with the Most High. You understand? He says, swear to me this day. And he sold him his birthright unto Jacob. You understand? For a bloody bowl of soup. Now, this is the difference. This is the difference in how things are ran today with Esau, our oppressor, and how things were ran back then. Right now, he's solidified a contract with his word. Let your yea be yea, your nay be nay. He solidified a contract between him and his brother. You gotta honor that. Right now, Esau does not honor anything that he says out his mouth. You understand? He says one thing, but it has double meanings to it. He finds loophole in everything that he do. You understand? He won't find a loophole in his birthright, though. Keep going, Bubba Kasha.
34. And Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils. And he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthrights.
Right, so Jacob actually fulfilled his end of the contract. He fed him. He fed his brother, you understand? And when his belly was full and he got up, he despised his birthright. What you despising your birthright for? What the hell did your birthright do to you? You see what I'm saying? You mad because you were weak. You understand? You mad because you put this you honored the contract, and now that you got what you want, the truth of it being is you don't want to honor it now. So now you're going to despise it. This is the spirit of the oppressor. When he gets what he wants, everything that he said and everything he's supposed to do is null and void at that point. He's going to find a way to get out of it. Not this one. Keep going, Bubba Michelle.
He's a liar. The truth ain't in him.
Come on, we can
Let's sit on that. Oh, that's a liar. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, let's go to Genesis 27. Let's go to Genesis 27, verse 29.
Genesis 27 and 29. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee.
Hey, so let's matter of fact, let's go back up to the top. Let's go back. We're gonna read all the way down. We're gonna get more of this story so we can see more of the spirit of Esau. You understand? And understand how this prophecy that the Lord gave Rebecca played itself out. You understand? We're gonna start in 27:1, Brother Kasha.
Genesis 27 and 1. And it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau, his elder son, and said unto him, my son. And he said unto him, behold, here I am.
Yeah, and so Isaac is pretty much, he's getting up there in age right now. His eyes are starting to fail him, you know. So what he's going to do is he's preparing to bless his sons. He's preparing to give them a blessing and an inheritance, you understand? You know, before he passed. You know, like I said, it was almost a tradition that the eldest son would receive the inheritance of his father. So Esau being the oldest son, this is why Isaac is calling him right now. This is why he's saying, Isaac, my son, come here. That's why he loved Isaac. That's why he loved Esau. He was a hunter. He brought food to the house, and it was his firstborn son. You understand? So that's just why he's calling him. But we're going to see how the prophecy plays itself out. All right, keep going up this verse 2.
27 and 2. And he said, behold, now I am old. I know not the day of my death.
Yeah, he old. You know, he can feel death coming. He can feel death close to him, you know, but he don't know when he's going to die. So this is why he's great to go ahead and bless his sons and make things official. You understand? Keep going.
Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver and thy bow, and go out to the field and take me some venison.
And he told him, man, go out into the field, take your weapons, go to the field. You see what I'm saying? Bring some food back. You understand? He gonna break bread with him. He planned on breaking bread with him before he go and bless him. You understand? This is what he was doing with his eldest son. Keep going, Bubba Shaw.
And make me savor meat, such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die.
So he want him to go and get some good meat. Cook it up, the way I like it. I'm gonna bless you. You feel me? You understand? Because my time is drawing near. This is pretty much the conversation he's had with him. Drop down verse 5 of the show.
5. And Rebekah heard Isaac speak to Esau his son, and Esau went to the field to hunt for venison, and to bring it.
So while Isaac was talking to Esau, Rebekah was there hustling. She heard this whole conversation. You understand? She heard this conversation, but she also understands the prophecy that the Lord. Let's not ever forget that. Though she heard what Isaac was telling Esau, she also understands what the Lord came to her and told her as well. She understands this prophecy. She understands that the elder shall serve the younger. And right now, Isaac is preparing to give his inheritance over to the elder son. You understand? She understands this.
And being the liar that Esau is, he know that he already forfeited that and gave it to his brother.
And that's a great point. Nothing. And that's why when we was reading that, that's why I wanted everybody to take note. Because he already sold his birthright unbeknownst to his father. He sold his birthright already. But he's still going to go and try to get the inheritance.
Right then and there, he's supposed to say, "Slack, sir. Gave that to my brother."
Come on. He's supposed to say that. But he didn't. He going to go out there and do what he do, you understand? Because he figured, yeah, I eat that too. Yeah, I sold my birthright. But damn, it was only me and Jacob there. Ain't nobody else got to know. You see what I'm saying? Guess what? That's not the way it works when you do things in front of the Lord. You understand? Keep going, Bubba, sure.
6. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob, her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speaking to Esau, thy brother, saying, 7. Bring me the venison, and make me savor meat, that I may eat, and bless thee before the Lord before my death.
So Rebekah's pretty much telling Jacob, this is what I heard your father telling your brother. You understand? Everyone knows what's supposed to happen, except for Isaac at this point. Isaac is the only one that don't know. Rebekah got the prophecy from the Most High. Esau and Jacob, they didn't already had that little deal, so they already understand what's going on. You understand? Keep going, Bubba Kushon.
8. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command thee. 9. Go now to the flock and fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goat, and I will make them savor meat for thy father, such as.
So yeah, she pretty much, she's setting it up where though she's going to put, goat hairs and stuff like that. Because remember from the very beginning when Esau came out, he was red and hairy. Jacob wasn't hairy like that. He was smooth. You understand? So she had to put some stuff on his arms because she's going to make sure that Jacob gets this rightful inheritance, get this rightful blessing. You understand? According to the Lord. I mean, Jacob has to get this blessing because he's actually owner of this birthright now. You understand? Esau done sold it to him already. we can read some of this. You can read some of the story on your own. Pretty much, she's going to, put things on his neck and on his forearms and stuff. She's going to put some of Esau's clothes on him, have him smelling like that. He's going to go before Isaac. Then we're going to drop down to verse 28, Baba Kashan.
28. Therefore God gives thee of the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and the plenty of corn and wine.
Here it is. This is Isaac blessing. This is Isaac blessing Jacob right now. You understand? Jacob went before his father with all the garments on and things of that nature. So he's receiving the rightful blessing according to the Lord. According to Esau selling his birthright to him, he's receiving these blessings. Keep going.
29. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be lords over thy brethren.
Be Lord over thy brethren. This is the prophecy right here. You understand? The elder shall serve the younger. Be Lord over thy brethren. You understand? This is that prophecy being fulfilled. Like Jacob is giving him the inheritance, giving him these blessings, you understand? But this is already came from the Lord. Keep going.
And let thy mother's son bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curses thee, and blessed be he that blesses thee.
It is. Cursed be everyone who cursed thee, and blessed be everyone who blessed thee. You understand? This is why, when it comes to these other nations, this is why they got to face their punishment. You understand? For what they've done to us, for them putting their hands on us, for their rape, rob, and murder of us, you understand? For their cursing of us. This is why they got to suffer the punishments that they got to suffer. You understand? This is why Israel must be a nation unto our own. This is why we're not to build with them, so to speak. This is why we got to separate from them. You understand? Because these nations are beasts that seek to devour us. But we just seen in scripture, cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee.
Right. It was such a blessing that the mother did hear this, and while Esau was, following the orders of his father, that Jacob obeyed his mother and went in, disguised as Esau, and accepted these blessings.
Come.
Because without his mother doing that, he wouldn't even know.
Come. And even more, this shows you that this is the will of the Lord.
Right.
Because when the Lord puts his spirit on you, you're going to follow that order. You understand? The Lord had already prophesied this to happen. You understand? Esau had already sold his birthright. What you saw take place was the will of the Lord. This was not the will of man. You understand? And this is what makes it so righteous. People look at this and they always say, Jacob deceived him. Jacob did this, Jacob did that. No, Jacob followed orders. This was the Lord's will that this happened this way. You understand? And that's why it's so important.
Read 30.
Oh, you were starting 30.
30. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of his blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone from out from the presence of Isaac, his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting.
All right, so Isaac had already blessed Jacob. You know what I mean? Now here comes Esau coming back from the field, smelling like an animal. You understand? He comes in, he ready to receive the birthright. Though he already know he sold it. He's ready to receive this, This is the spirit of Esau. Keep going.
31. And he said also, he had made savory meat, and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, let my father arise and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may be blessed. That thy soul may bless me.
That thy soul may bless me. Here we go. You didn't already sold your blessing. You know this.
Blessing.
Bless me, Father. You understand? He despised his birthright already. We read that in the scripture.
Sold it.
He sold his birthright and then he despised it. He hated his birthright. Now it's bless me, Daddy. You understand? He's such a coward.
Esau being Esau.
He's so weak. You understand? Like, this is the weakness. This is why I said, one brother shall be stronger than the other. He's such a weak man. You understand? They're such a weak people. This is what the Bible is showing us. Keep going above the show.
32. And Isaac, his father, said unto him, who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, the firstborn, Esau.
He said, I am thy son, thy firstborn. And now he's trying to say the firstborn because he understood that by him saying firstborn, that he was supposed to receive that inheritance. He was supposed to receive that birthright. It is me, Daddy, your firstborn Esau. You didn't give a damn about being the firstborn when you sold it for that pot of soup.
Right.
You understand? When you was filling your belly, you didn't care about that firstborn status. Now all of a sudden it's important. Keep going.
33. And Isaac trembled, cried exceedingly, and said, who? Where is he that hath taken venison and brought it to me? And I have eaten of all before thou comest, and have blessed him, yea, and he shall be blessed.
So Isaac, like, who you say you is again? I am Isaac, sir, your firstborn.
Esau.
I'm Salaki. I'm Esau. I'm Esau, your firstborn. You understand? I was like, oh nah. Already gave that blessing away. Who are you? Who was that I was giving the blessing to? It's already done. What's done is done now. I didn't already lay hands on him. You understand? I done solidified him now. You know what I mean? Let's read what Esau gonna do. Keep going, Bubba, sure.
34. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceedingly bitter cry.
And when Esau heard these words, he cried with a great and exceedingly bitter cry. You understand? This is the weakness of it. This is the weakness we speak of. This is the cowardness. You understand? This is, in modern day terms, I can't get that new car. I'm going to go shoot the school up. This is what he's doing. You understand? Despite the fact you sold your birthright, and I'm going to keep holding, harnessing this point. Despite you made a deal with your brother, he kept his end of the deal. You sold your birthright. You know you did. Yet you're crying. An exceeding bitter cry. You despise your birthright. But this is the spirit of Esau. He makes deals. He makes treaties. You understand? He makes deals and he makes treaty. And when people fulfill their end, he never fulfilled his. What, he made 77 treaties with the North American Indian, and he broke every last one of them. You understand? This is the spirit of Esau. But this is the difference. The Lord heard that contract he made with his brother. And the Lord knew that he was going to do this, but the Lord didn't allow it to happen. You understand? Esau can fool and deceive everybody else. He won't deceive the Most High. He's going to have to pay for the things he's done in this earth, though he's never paid for anything in his life. You understand? For all the rape, for all the murder, for all the robbery, the breaking up of families. You understand? For all these things that he's never paid for, he will pay. The Most High will punish him for this. You understand? And that's why it's imperative that we come back to serving the Most High. It's imperative that we come back to keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments and doing what the Lord said. You understand? That when he get his punishment, we don't get caught up with him. We've been punished far too long for following him, for wanting to be like him, for envying him, for joining him, for wanting to serve him and serve in his military and serving his police departments. You understand? Getting on our knees and praying to his gods. You understand? This is why we're dying, and this is why we don't have our rightful place in this earth right now. You understand? Esau is a wicked bastard. You understand? He's exceedingly wicked. He don't care about nothing. And this is what the Bible speaks of. You understand? This is what the Bible says about him. These are not my words.
He is the devil.
He is the devil, the deceiver that the Bible speaks of. You understand? And this is why we bring it out. You understand? Let's drop this for a second, Bubba Kashal. We're gonna let me get 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. People always say, well, why are you always talking about the so-called white man? Why you always say, you understand? We have to. You know why? I like to put it in this terms, just to try to help people understand, because I understand that the Christian rhetoric and the Christian doctrine of we shall overcome and Martin Luther King's theme, and we want to join hands, white and black and all that. I understand that, we're entrenched in that doctrine. You understand? Like, we're entrenched in that doctrine. So every time we say anything about the oppressor, naturally, our people get mad at us. You understand? But we're going to find out what the Lord says. We're going to find out what the Lord says. Like, should we be talking about that? Let's see what the Lord says. You got that, Brother for sure?
2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means.
Let no man deceive you by any means. Keep going.
For that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
It's like we're gonna slow this down. We're gonna break this down real quick. Start from the top of the show.
2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means.
Let no man deceive you by any means. Who deceives our people right now? Like, do Esau himself, do he come to our face and deceive us? Like, how are we deceived right now?
His workers.
His workers is
our leaders,
preachers, pastors, the Christian church, the Muslim mosque. You understand? Let no man deceive you by any means. Keep going.
For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
For that day shall not come. What day shall not come? What day shall not come? That day
of the Lord.
The day of the Lord, and the day in which we're ruling. That day shall not come except there come a falling away first. So what do we gotta fall? What are we gonna fall away from? Sis? Like right now, like let's you keep it like we wrapped up in Christian doctrine right now, Christian rhetoric. You understand? We follow these false leaders, these false prophets, these false apostles, so to speak. You understand? I'm gonna say, except there come a falling away first. What do we gotta fall away first from? Sin.
What you mean?
And it's not knowing the truth, right?
Falling away from Christianity.
Come.
Yeah.
Holidays.
Yeah, okay.
If
If we keep doing what we
crab,
do,
lots of shrimp.
God, if we keep doing what we do, we'll never rule this earth. You understand? But when this falling away come, meaning we stop being Christians, we stop eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster like the boss said, we stop celebrating Christmas and Valentine's Day and Thanksgiving. When that falling away come, and that man of sin be revealed, who's that man of sin? They gotta be revealed. There you go, Esau. He has to be revealed. He has to be revealed. You understand? Well,
And the scripture is so powerful, and it lets us know why Esau do the things you do today to us.
God.
This is why he put pork and candy and cakes without us knowing, disguising the words. And, you know what I'm saying? Pushing homosexuality all through the nation with music and paying brothers and sisters to pump it through the music and televisions to make us do these things to keep us sinning, so that it will never be a falling away.
That's
what he want. He want that to keep going.
And because he understands, like, we the only ones that don't understand that our kingdom is about to rise.
Right.
They understand it. Like, you got to think about it. We're already oppressed people. Like, we're at the bottom of every totem pole. You understand? So, like, if you got a person that's down, what need do you need to put your foot on his neck for? You know why you got to put your foot on his neck and you got to quench the life out of him? Because you understand who he is. You understand if he get up on his knees, that goddamn it, he gonna get up on his feet next.
That's right.
And when he get up on his feet, he gonna fight back. You understand? And not only that, he got a power that's gonna fight for him. You understand? So they got to continuously put their foot on our neck. You understand? But unless there comes that falling away in which we say, you know what? We're going to come out of Christianity. We're going to stop keeping these traditions of men, and we're going to start keeping the traditions of God. You understand? We're going to celebrate the Passover. We're going to be sisters to each other. We're going to be brothers to each other. Until we can do that, we're going to stay in this condition. You understand? But this is also why we got to bring out who that man of sin is. The son of perdition. This is why we have to tell our people who this so-called oppressor, the so-called white man is. You understand?
Right.
We got to bring this out. If we don't bring this out, our people will never understand who the enemy is. You understand? Like, if you're an athlete, you watch videos. You watch videos on the opposing team. You understand that there's my team and that's their team. This is their strength. This is their weakness. You understand? You actually got to study them. But if you don't know what team you playing for, how can you study who you supposed to be playing? How can you study your adversary? You can't. But this is why we got to bring this out. You understand? So for those who feel like, why are you talking about the white man? Why are you talking about? We're gonna understand. Like, we just read the spirit. We read about the spirit of Esau and the spirit of Jacob. We understand the Lord's will for Jacob. You understand that Esau should be serving us. You understand? We understand that. We understand, according to scripture that we just read, that the end of Esau's kingdom is the beginning of ours. We understand this already, right? How does the Lord feel about Esau, though? And why does he feel that way? We're going to bring this out. Like, this is exclusive. You're only going to hear this in the ISUPK. You understand? Under Commander General Yohana. You're not going to hear this in these fake Israelite groups. You're not going to hear this in the Christian church. You're only going to find this here in the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana. This is the real One West. You understand?
Right.
Got that, Brother Bishop?
Right. Romans 9:13. As it is written.
As it is written. Like, this was already documented before. Keep going.
Jacob have I loved.
Jacob have I loved. You understand? If you're on this 12 on these signs, on this sign, the 12 tribes of Israel, you are a descendant of Jacob. The Lord loves you. You understand? For Jacob have I loved. But keep going.
But Esau have I hated.
But Esau have I hated. You understand? That same dude that sold his birthright for a bowl of raw meat, you understand? The Lord hates him. But God is all love. We just read in the New Testament that God hates Esau. You understand? Keep going.
14. What shall we say then?
What shall we say then?
Is there unrighteousness with God?
Man, God ain't right. You know,
God forbid.
so is God, you know, like is this real? Like is God, is it unrighteousness with him? God forbid. That means hell no. You understand? Absolutely not. Do it.
15. For he says to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy.
Yeah, for I will have mercy. Like, how can you tell God who to have mercy on? The Most High, He has mercy on whomever He wants to have mercy on. Who are you to tell Him what He can do? You understand? Like, how arrogant must you be to tell the Lord what He must do? Keep going.
And I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
And I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. You understand? And Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh Shah, that the Most High has compassion on 12 tribes of Israel.
That's
you understand?
right.
He has compassion for us. You understand? Nobody on the face of the earth has compassion for black man, for Hispanic man, for a Native American man, woman, or child. You understand? We're looked at, and it's like we're almost looked at like we're not human, like we're less than animals in the sights of these people. You understand? Let me drop that. Let me get
16. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of God that showeth mercy.
Yeah, so it's not about what you want. It's not about what you think. You know, it ain't your will that's going to get done. It's the Lord's will that's going to get done. You understand?
Right.
A lot of people like to have opinions on certain things. You understand? They like to say what they want. Well, I just feel, damn what you feel. What does the Lord say?
You're not God.
Yeah,
Right.
you're not God. You understand?
Right.
You know, well, I just feel, I don't care about what you feel. What does the scripture say?
Right.
You understand? It's the Lord's will that must be done, not yours.
Right.
So why are you telling me about your feelings? You understand?
That's what a lot of us got to realize.
Huh?
God is God.
Yeah, God is God. Straight like that.
So He's the Father. So when we do that, we like kids talking back to their parents.
Absolutely. We're being rebellious children, disobedient kids. You understand?
Right. That need to be punished.
You know, who are we to say, well, I don't think this is right?
Who gives a damn?
Who are you?
Who gives a damn about what you think?
Yeah. Like for real. Like who gives a damn? You know, you can take your feelings and your emotions and you can go in and get lost. You understand?
Right.
You know, but when you serve the Lord, you do what the Lord say.
That's
You
right.
understand? It's not about your feelings. You understand? Let me get man, time flying. Let me get Ezekiel 35:5. Let me get there.
Ezekiel 35:5. Right.
All right, go about the show.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity.
Keep going.
In the time of their iniquity had an end.
Now, I wanted to read the scripture in whole before we broke it down, just so you can get a full grasp of what the Most High is saying. Now, let's start it from the top and break it down. You feel me?
Ezekiel 35:5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
Thou hast had a perpetual hatred. Like this is an everlasting hatred. You understand? This is one of those hatreds that you can't quench. You see what I'm saying? This is a hatred that you can't sit him down on the couch and talk to him and think by the end of this session that he's going to come out and he's going to forgive his brother or he's going to want to be in unison with his brother. You understand? He has a perpetual and everlasting hatred for his brother. It's not going nowhere. It's been that way since the womb. We just read about that. We just read that. He's hated his brother since the womb. You understand? Keep going.
And has shed the blood of the children of Israel by force of the sword in the time of their calamity.
And he shed the blood of the children of Israel. You understand? By the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, meaning, listen, when we were weak as a nation, you understand? This is when he attacked and killed us. You understand? He wouldn't attack the men up front. He would go to the back and attack the elderly, the injured, the children. You understand? This is what he does to us still to this day. Like right now, we're destroyed people. You understand? We got so much oppressed. We're so oppressed. You understand? And still to this day, he murder us by with his sword. He has no compassion for us. In our time of calamity, you understand? In our time of hardship and heartache, you understand? He kills us and thinks nothing of it. This is the same thing he did back then. This is why we just read that scripture that God hates him. You understand? Go about.
We're right now we are weak people because we go against our God. God has turned his head from us right now, and we're weak. So this is the time that Esau is being able to destroy us like he is. Because we don't have our God with us.
And this is the time of our calamity. This is the time of our calamity when our God, the Most High, he's not protecting us because we're not doing what he's told us to do. When we come back to keeping these laws, statutes, like these nations used to call the Most High, his nickname was the Terrible. Because they understood that if you touch us, you die. No questions asked. We ain't talking about nothing, you understand? You mess with the nation of Israel, you're going to die, you understand? And guess what? They still know that. That's why they got to keep us in our wickedness. That's why they promote sin to us, you understand? They promote homosexuality, they promote drug dealing, they promote violence and gang culture and stuff like that, you understand? That's why the scriptures say they call good bad, they call good evil and evil good. You understand? They know what they're doing. And this is why the Most High sent his priests and prophets back into this earth to raise our people up again. You know, you may not like me as a person. So what? Who gives a damn? So what? At the end of the day, what does the Lord tell us to do? How does the Lord tell us to behave with one another? You understand? This is what we gotta keep in our mind. You understand? Like we fighting a war that's not we fighting a spiritual war right now. We are fighting spiritually right now. We've always been at war. We're just starting to realize, some of us, that we're at war. You understand? Because a lot of our people think that we're at peace with the oppressor. You know, he's killing and murdering us by the sword daily. You understand? And he don't do that to no other people. He don't do that to no other people. You know, it just came out that the East Indian politician that's running for office in Baltimore, he just got pulled over. He had a suspended registration. You understand? You know, he said he had his co-worker in his passenger seat, you know, on Greenmount Avenue. Listen, he not on Greenmount Avenue. That was a hooker. She got out the car and caught a lift home. You understand? And the police let him off and let him drive his car, which had a suspended registration, home safely. You understand? If that was us, at very minimum, we got our faces punched in. You understand? Pulled out the car, put on the ground, face scratched up. You understand? Vehicle searched. You understand? We just spent at least a weekend in Central Booking.
Took to a jail and hung. And took to a jail and hung.
Yeah, as simple as that.
And you remember we said, why you got the camera on?
Yeah, he said, turn the body camera off. You understand? So it's like, He looks at these other at the other nation. He has more respect for them, despite the fact that he's killing us for the same crimes they're committing. This shows you who we are. No one else suffers the same punishments that we suffer. You understand? And this is why we got to come back to keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. Look, bro.
It's so powerful that one day Esau pulled over another Edomite, a female, and she was petrified, scared to move. And he told her, "You had nothing to worry about. You're not black."
Come on.
She said, he asked her, why you won't move? Something like that. She said, because I don't want you to kill me. I don't want you to shoot me. I said, we're not going to shoot you if you ain't black.
No, but that's how they feel.
Yeah. I said,
that's real. That's not a joke.
He said, like, you know what I mean? I said, no, you ain't black. We do that to black people.
Yeah, and that's not a joke.
Yeah.
You understand? That's the true nature of this beast. But that's not my word, right? We just read that, right? In Genesis 25.
They go on camera. They don't have no fear saying it.
So but then we just read that in Genesis 25. How it called Esau a cunning hunter.
Yeah. And also a perpetual hatred.
He has a perpetual hatred for us.
You're not black. You're not Jacob.
So just like he set traps for animals in the woods and in the field, you understand? He sets traps for us in the hood.
Right.
You understand? So he can hunt our footsteps.
This is why drugs is all in our neighborhoods today.
Absolutely.
That's a trap.
He's a cunning hunter. This is what he do. That's why he'll put drugs in the neighborhood and then he'll send informants in there too. You understand? That's what he does. He's a cunning hunter. So listen, if you don't get nothing else from this class, if you get absolutely nothing from what we just talked about for an hour and a half, I just hope that you realize for the first time that Esau is the oppressor, the so-called white man, and he is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You understand?
That's right.
At the end of the class, you should know that who Esau is. You understand? Let's go over to Obadiah real quick. Let's go to Obadiah, starting verse 1.
1 and 1.
Come.
Obadiah 1 and 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom.
Thus saith the Lord concerning Edom. This is the vision Obadiah had concerning Edom. And remember, Esau's name was called Edom in Scripture. So when you hear Edom and Esau, they are the same exact people. You understand? This is the vision. Keep going.
But we have heard a rumor from the Lord, and ambassador is sent among the heathens.
An ambassador is sent among the heathen. This is that the Egyptian president who made the comment, who said, what's his name? I forgot his name, but you can look it up. The comment that he made, which was so heavy, which he was an ambassador sent among the heathen, was there'll never be peace in the Middle East because the Jews left black and came back white. You understand?
Hitler.
No, it wasn't Hitler.
No, Hitler said that too.
No,
he didn't say. I know what you're saying. You're right.
It's not.
It's just something similar to that.
I forgot his name. He's the second Egyptian president who said there will never be peace in the Middle East. He's the ambassador that was sent. These scriptures are accurate. You understand?
Yes. The white man, they know who is who.
Yeah.
That's why Hitler.
And not only him, the other nations know.
Yeah, all the nations know.
Because their records were preserved.
But we don't know who we are.
Because our records were not preserved. You feel me? Our records got stolen. Our culture got ripped from us. You understand? But their records stayed intact because they never went through what we went through. Their culture didn't get took from them. So the same records of who we are back in the days and who these nations are, they have this information. You understand? We the only ones that don't know. What you think is locked down in the Vatican? In them chambers, in them books that you can't get to, you understand? Like you got to have special passage rights in order to go down to some of them libraries. Those are the records. They know who we are. This ambassador said there will never be peace in the Middle East. Them Jews left black and they came back white. You understand? Drop down to verse 3 real quick.
Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thus that dwelleth in the cliffs of the rock, whose habitation is high, that sits in his heart, saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Like it's so heavy. It say the pride of thine heart have deceived thee. Like he's so proud, you understand? Like this oppressor is so proud and so so prideful. He said, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. You understand? Whose habitation is high. If you go to any skyscraper, anywhere around the world, you know who's inhabiting the very top office space or the very top apartment space? The oppressor. He loves being up in the air, you understand? So he can look down on everybody else. Us, the scripture call us a plain folk, you understand? We like having our feet on the ground. You see what I'm saying? I ain't trying to go up to the 90th floor. That's too many steps and too much time it's gonna take for me to come down, you feel me? I want to have feet on the ground and be solid, you understand? I ain't trying to be all up in the air, but this is Esau. The pride of his heart has deceived him. He dwells in the clefts of the rock, you understand, whose habitation is high. And he said in his heart, who gonna bring me down to the ground? You understand? Man, who gonna stop this show? You feel me? Who gonna stop this? This is why he created what do you call it? What Donald Trump Space Force? He created a military for space because he's preparing to fight against the Most High and his angels, against Christ and his angels. You understand? Because he's saying, who gonna stop this? You think God gonna stop me? Read verse 4 of the show.
Therefore, though thou exalt thyself as an eagle, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, this will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle. Okay. What's America's national animal, national bird?
The eagle.
What's Rome's national bird? You understand? What was Rome's national bird?
The eagle.
The eagle. You understand? This is Esau. He loves that eagle. And though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, he the only person trying to go into the heavens. You understand? He's the only person trying to go to another solar system and ruin that. He's trying to find life on Mars. He's trying to live on Mars. You understand? Though he set his nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Guess what? You doomsday preppers, there's going to be nowhere to run. There's going to be nowhere to hide. You understand? You can go to Mars. You can go to Pluto. You can go to Jupiter. You can go to anywhere in that galaxy you want to. And guess what? You will be found.
Right.
You understand? You're not going to get away from the Most High. You understand? Just like Esau thought he was going to sell his birthright and still inherit his birthright. Mm-hmm. He found something out in that day. That's why he cried. You understand?
Exceedingly.
Esau said, man, who gonna bring me down? Who gonna bring me down? The Lord said, thence will I bring thee down. You understand? He's going to pay for what he's done. But this is the reason why God hates Esau. This is the reason we should hate Esau. Like people always say, y'all are the black KKK. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We're not a hate group. We're a love group. We love our people so much that we ain't got enough love for everybody else. You understand?
There's nobody like the KKK.
You understand? The KKK commits crimes. They murder people. We don't do nothing. We don't do none of those things. You understand? We serve the Lord by keeping His laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand?
Right.
So when people say, "Well, why do y'all feel like that?" You know, against the oppressor, the so-called white man. Drop down to verse 10, Bob, the show. Matter of fact, start at verse 9. This is why we say we got to separate from him. You understand? This is why we call him the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Obadiah 1 and 9. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that everyone of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
That everyone, like the mighty men, you know, the mighty men of Esau, like the ones who sit on high, you understand? Who make all the rules and laws and live such a plush life, you understand? Like to the end that everyone of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. Keep going. Why do they gotta get cut off? Why did they gotta get cut off by slaughter? What did the Lord say?
So they never rise again in the earth.
Let's read verse 10 real quick. We're gonna understand.
Obadiah 1 and 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob. You understand?
Shame shall cover thee.
Shame shall cover him. What?
And thou shalt be cut off forever.
And thou shalt be cut off forever. You understand? The reason we feel the way we feel about them, and the reason we gotta love each other, is because they commit violence against us. You understand? They hunt our steps. They kill us. You understand? This is why the Lord is going to punish them, not because of the color of their skin, but because of the violence against thy brother Jacob, because of what they're doing to our Isupkbmore brothers on the border right now. You understand? Right. You got Isupkbmore children being raped, kidnapped, murdered, killed, sold into sex slavery and stuff. No one gives a damn about it. You understand? Right. For their violence against thy brother Jacob, they're going to get cut off. You understand? This is what's going to happen. Now, I know people, if you're a Christian and you're saying this, you feel some kind of way about this. But listen, take it up with the Most High. You understand? This is coming straight from the Bible, through and through. You understand? Last scripture, let's get Isaiah 14, verse 1. We're going to understand today.
We're going to learn today.
We're going to learn today.
Isaiah 14 and 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
Here we go. He's going to have mercy on us. You understand? 12 tribes of Israel, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. The Lord will have mercy on us. Keep going.
And will yet choose Israel.
And will yet choose Israel. He's going to choose us. You understand? I don't care what kind of affliction you have. You're a drug addict. You've been abused and whatnot. You feel me? No matter what affliction you have, the Lord is going to choose you. We got to choose him, though, and come back to keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. Keep going.
And will yet choose Israel.
And will yet choose Israel.
And set them in their own land.
And set us in our own land. Like this ain't our own land right now. You feel me? But we want to get our land back. Go ahead.
And the stranger shall be joined with them.
And the stranger shall be joined with them. So Gabar, can the stranger be a part of Israel? Like, can the strangers come in and inherit this with us? No. Let's see what the rest of the scriptures say. You understand? Keep going. And they shall cleave.
Yeah.
14 and 1, we say, and they shall cleave.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
So they should cleave, the stranger should cleave to the house of Jacob. So like, is the Christian making this point right now? Is these other nations, because they cleaving unto us, they going to be, inherit the kingdom with us, you understand? Is this what the Bible is saying? Let's get verse 2.
This is with meaning the older shall serve the younger. This is coming to the play right now.
Come. Like it all makes sense. It all ties in together. You feel me? Let's get verse 2, Brother Sean.
Isaiah 14:2. And the people shall take them.
And the people shall take them. How can you take a people?
The same way Esau took us.
The same way Esau took us. You understand? And the people shall take them. Keep going.
And bring them to their place.
All right, so the Most High set us in our own land. We're going to take them and bring them to our place. You understand?
The same way Esau did us.
Only thing is they didn't have a place. They stole us too.
Right.
You understand? But the Lord set us in our place, and we're going to bring them to our place. Keep going.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
And the house of Israel shall possess them. When you possess something, that means you own it. You understand? This oppressor is going into slavery.
That's right.
You understand? He is going into slavery. You know what? The older brother is going to yet serve the younger brother. Keep going. Let's finish this one scripture.
And they shall take them captives.
And they shall take them captives. Like we want to take them captives. Keep going.
Who captives they were.
Whose captives we were. Like we've been their captives for damn near 500 years. You see what I'm saying? We've been in slavery for 500 years. We're going to get them back. You understand? Keep going.
And they shall rule over their oppressors.
And they shall rule over their oppressors. You understand? The day is going to come where we are going to be in full rulership of this earth, and we are going to rule over not only our oppressor, but we're going to rule over every nation on the face of this earth.
That's right.
And with that, I want to say shalom. We are the Isupkbmore, the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge, coming out of 1 West 125th Street under Commandant General Yohana. And with that, we're going to pass the class over to priest and officer of 1,000, Gabar Rakab, for the reading of the security announcements.
Security announcements. We're at ISUBK, coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the heads to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the heads to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18:21 and Malachi 3:8 through 10. Means 10th in Hebrew, and is pronounced by Ashura. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest funds, free will offerings for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations. Remind Akim and Akwa to check the social media and such as ISUBK, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUBK events and material. The Passover is coming up April 9th and the Purim March 8th. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Almighty. Amadi Shabbat, Amadi, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatah,
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatah.
Desmond Ty, Saw, face the sisters. Sisters. Gonna get one courtesy to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amadi, Amadi Shabbat, Amadi, Barak, Yahweh Shema Alatah Ba'Shem Yahshua. Shalom. Yahweh.
Yahweh Shema Azab Hashem Yahweh Shah.
There you go. Desmond Ty, class dismissed.
It's really sticking there.
Every issue you do, sis. Every day. Say like
Try to.
5-6 times to yourself.
And that's
I
what
guarantee you when you come in, I mean, it's gonna be. Yo, you not in that spray? In that spray? Talk about
I've been practicing this too. The Lord's Prayer.
yeah.